Slow motion video has become a standard for filmmakers and video enthusiasts. Its rich, cinematic and emotional quality adds an immersive and dramatic element to your storytelling. Capturing high-quality slow-motion video is easy across Sony's lineup of compact, Alpha series and cinema cameras. The speed of your video footage is determined by the relationship between the capture frame rate and the playback frame rate. A typical capture frame rate is 24 frames per second, or FPS, and played back on a 24 FPS timeline, this appears as normal speed. As you increase your capture frame rate, assuming the eventual playback rate remains the same, your video will play back slower. This is because more frames were used to capture each moment of real time, but you're still only watching 24 frames played back per second, making the footage appear slower. A capture rate of 60 FPS creates 2.5 times slow motion on a 24 FPS timeline. A capture rate of 120 FPS allows for 5 times slow motion on a 24 FPS timeline, and so on. Across Sony's range of cameras, you can set your frame rate manually in the video menu. Just remember that your indicated shutter speed should be 2 times your frame rate to ensure a natural, fluid look to the motion. So for a capture rate of 24 FPS, you should select a shutter speed of 1/50th of a second, roughly 2 times 24. For a capture frame rate of 60 FPS, select a shutter speed of 120th of a second, and so on. If you want the motion to be crisper, you can choose a higher shutter speed. Then, in post-production, you can slow down the footage by conforming it to your timeline frame rate. Sony also offers built-in functionality for capturing slow motion. Depending on the camera, this is called either HFR or S&Q. Unique to Sony's high-end compact cameras, such as the RX100 Mark VII, is an HFR or high frame rate mode. This lets you capture ultra-high frame rates up to 960 frames per second. You simply pick your capture rate and the record rate at which it's played back, and the camera will create a slowed-down file for you, straight to the memory card. In Sony's Alpha and Cine range of mirrorless interchangeable lens cameras, you should select S&Q, which stands for slow and quick. Here, again, you can select your capture and record frame rates. On the newer Alpha and FX series cameras, you can capture 4K video at up to 120 FPS for 5 times slow motion, or even down as low as 1 FPS for 120 times quick motion. It's as simple as that. On modern Sony cameras, you can choose whichever high frame rate workflow suits your needs. Either way, you'll end up with smooth, detailed, slow motion footage. Thanks for watching.